Welcome to the Girl Gang. I'm Katrina Gardner of Katrina and Create.
And I'm Dominique Goyette-Connerty of Evergreen Marketing. On this show, we're going to chat with women business owners in Massachusetts and those who support local women in business.
Because girls don't just want to have fun. They also want to sell real estate.
They want to open a brewery.
They want to teach others to invest in the stock market.
They want to take stunning photos, plan lavish parties, and help people recover from injuries.
Girls just want a podcast.
What can we say?
We're girls.
Welcome to Girls Just Wanna.
Welcome to Girls Just Wanna.
So we just had a scorcher.
We did.
Excuse me. A scorcher.
Squatcha.
Like a Boston accent that I don't
Wicked
have.
scorcher.
A wicked scorcher, kid. Of a heat wave.
Can I tell you? So we only have window ACs. We don't want to have one in our bedroom.
Wait, you don't have a window AC in your bedroom?
No.
Where are they in your house?
In Jamie's room.
Okay.
And then in like the dining room.
Okay.
Because the living room only has, it's like a townhouse condo. So that only has one big bay window.
Yeah.
So it goes in the dining room. And that one does a good job of keeping the downstairs cool.
Mm-hmm.
But we keep it in Jamie's room because, like, you know, he matters more than I do. Our bedroom was 86 degrees one day.
Okay. Yeah. That's brutal. I have one of those portable ACs that has the tube thing that goes out the window in my living room. That thing is a beast. So that works nicely. Mm-hmm. Also because I live in like kind of an older house, so the windows are they're not standard windows. They're like narrow.
Sure.
So a regular AC can't fit in that room. But a regular AC does fit in the window in my bedroom. So I have a window one in my bedroom. Let me tell you, girl, day 1 or 2 of the heat wave, I had both ACs cranking at the max. And the living room was comfortable and the bedroom was comfortable. Like it was doing what it could. But the in-between space that isn't hit by the AC, the kitchen and the bathroom was warm. It was warm. And I was going to bed like Monday night, like after dinner, before bed, I was like, got to get my sweet treat, obviously, because I am a sweet treat girl. And I go to reach for, I have like all my food is in like containers, like Tupperwares in the cabinets.
Yeah.
So I go to get out like the chocolate chips for a little dessert.
Oh no.
They were all soft.
Yeah.
They weren't like melted like liquid, but they were like halfway there.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, it's hot enough in here that my food is actively melting in my cabinets. Like that is disgusting.
My cat Ludo, he's the blind one. I don't know if that has to do with it, but he was acting disturbed. Like he's like meowing, like looking for me, blah, 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 blah.
Poor baby.
And he's like panting, like I can see his stomach. Like,
no.
So then I'm like leaving out bowls of water, but like he can't fucking see them. So I'm like shoving it in his face. And I'm like putting ice in the water, but then he's not drinking it. He's just like playing with the ice. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, you're harder to keep safe than my toddler.
Yeah.
Which the toddler kept turning off the AC and the fans because he doesn't like noises.
Oh.
And like the fan wind would blow on him and he's like, oh, it's cold. I'm like, it's not cold. It's 80 something degrees in this house. You just like feel wind and you don't understand the difference.
Yeah. I also went to, my parents have a pool, which I'm very grateful for. So the hottest day, Tuesday, I had the night off from kickboxing instructing. So I was like, oh, perfect timing. Because I only get the Tuesday off like every 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my God, it aligned perfectly. I'm going up to the pool for the day.
Yeah.
My parents' pool water was 86 degrees and it was 96 degrees outside.
Yeah.
I was like, it was still refreshing because literally you're submerged in water. And it's 10 degrees cooler than the air, probably more because the feels like temp was like 103.
Right.
But I was like, oh, this is like bath water. Like it is warm water.
My in-laws have a pool and Jamie goes over there on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So this week, perfect, because those were the hot days.
Yeah, that's so nice.
I got to go in the pool on Wednesday when I went to pick him up and it was like 82. Yeah. And I was like, this is my ideal pool temperature.
And my parents' pool isn't like heated. We've never had a pool heater.
Right.
My mom's always just been like, suck it up, kids. Like you wanted a pool, you get to jump in. It's cold, whatever. So I was like, good thing they didn't have like a pool heater running or anything because this is already like a little bit too warm. Yeah. But it was so nice. I felt so refreshed that whole night.
Yeah. So pools were a savior. And now I'm looking up beaches. I want to do a beach trip soon.
And I was like, girl, God be with you. Whatever God anyone believes in, God be with you. Because a beach trip with a toddler,
I know.
That's going to be rough. A beach trip with me as an adult is already rough. I'm like, there's sand on me.
I haven't done it yet. So Jamie has gone to the beach because we did a weekend in Newport when he was like 1.
Uh-huh.
So that was like, 10-minute drive to the beach. Fine. But I haven't like driven for a day at the Cape with him yet.
Right.
My sister's always wanted to, and I think she's done it with her kids.
I think if your sister goes with you and you guys have like strength in numbers,
that's the plan.
Maybe you'll be good.
That's the plan. But yeah, like I was saying to you, I'm like looking it up, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna bring, because he also really wants to go to the beach now. So it's like, okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Let's make it happen, Captain.
But then I'm like, oh, the Cape is 2 hours away.
Yeah,
like
that's rough. And then I said to Katrina, well, you know what beach is closer? Hampton Beach.
Yeah, and I don't go to Hampton Beach.
And I was like, why? But I've definitely heard this story before. Why, Katrina? Tell the listeners, how come you don't go to Hampton Beach?
Once upon a time, I went to Hampton Beach with a couple friends, and I ended the night arrested and in jail. So we were laughing about it.
Back in your wild days. Wild child.
I know. Wild child. That's my favorite. I used to be really embarrassed.
Oh, please.
Please, find out. Do what you want. I don't care. But like, now I think it's so funny, and it's like my like fun fact.
It's
like
definitely a fun fact.
What are your 2 truths and a lie? And I'm like, I've been arrested.
I've been arrested at Hampton Beach.
Yeah, so me and a couple friends went. It was the summer after high school graduation. It was just 3 of us girls. A couple of guys were like, hey, do you guys want to like come over and like hang out by our like stuff with us?
Oh no.
And my friends were
First
both
red
single,
flag.
and they were like, sure. Okay.
Wait, you were already dating Jessie?
Yeah.
Of course you were. This was a million years ago. She's been with Jessie an eternity.
I like to think of it as like Boy Meets World, like Corey and Topanga. It's like we've been together since we were 2. But yeah, so second red flag, this is like the biggest red flag. They had like drinks. They wanted to offer us booze to drink, and my friend's like, yeah, let's do it. And I wasn't a drinker, so I'm like, yeah. But as we're walking over, I remember they said, you're all 18, right? Why would you ask that? So
they said you're all 18, right? And then they were like, great, so here's booze, even though you're not 21.
Exactly.
Which, don't get me wrong, we've all been in high school before, but like, or post high school before, but
that was a big red
just
flag.
Sketchy with strangers.
Honestly, maybe the cops saved our lives that day. But they went and they poured everyone drinks in a red Solo cup. I said no, thank you.
Which
stupid.
Is dumb. Yeah, everybody knows if you're going to drink on a beach where you can't be public drinking, you have to drink it out of something that isn't signaling
I'm not even sure
alcohol.
If anyone took a sip before the cops swarmed on us. We're like, everyone stand up, hands behind your back. And
that's aggressive.
I didn't even like have my bag, like our bags were still like over with our stuff. I'm walking handcuffed in my cute little Victoria's Secret polka dot bikini.
Of course. Itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini?
It was like a peach color. I have a photo from the day. We like laugh all the time. We're like, in a few hours, these girls will be traumatized for life.
Little did they know, a few hours later they'd be arrested.
Yep. So they load us all up. We go into the back of like the paddy wag and get shipped off to the police station. We get put in jail cells. One of my friends got separated because she wasn't 18.
Please tell me they put like clothes over you.
No, my friend she was from Boston. She was a lot feistier than I was. We were in the cell together because our other friend was taken somewhere else because she was a minor. And my friend was like, can I have my fucking shirt? She like screamed it like from inside her cell. And they gave her one, but they didn't give me one because I didn't ask. So I don't know.
Like, let's just put this 18-year-old girl in a tiny little triangle bikini in a jail cell.
Yeah.
With other people, question mark?
And then eventually they do all the questioning and they were like, you guys can bail yourselves out. It costs this much. Or it costs this much if you like want this erased from your record, like $300 and you'll never have to deal with it again. Like if you don't fight it, if you agree like not to fight this charge or something like that. And both my friends did that because if I didn't do that, then I'd have like a record and I guess like mail would come or whatever. And I don't know, they wanted to hide it from their parents if they got arrested. I did not want to hide it. I went home and I was like, Mommy. So then we fought it and we had to drive back to Hampton Beach like months later to go to court and fight the charge. Because the charge was for public intoxication and underage drinking. And everyone was like, why didn't you ask for a breathalyzer? because you weren't drunk.
Yeah.
Maybe it was also illegal possession.
Oh.
And during the whole like we're arrested thing, my friends were like, she didn't drink, like she didn't even have a cup, like they didn't like, and they were like, it doesn't matter, she was in the vicinity, so it doesn't matter. And I was like, yeah, I didn't ask for a breathalyzer because I was fucking traumatized. I was like, you can't even think, you're just so scared.
Yeah.
But then we went to court, and you know, my mom was like, my daughter would never drink, which she's like, I know every parent says that.
Yeah. And that's the story of why Katrina can't go back to Hampton Beach. She's on their watch list.
I've also since then never drank at a beach, like ever. And like people will like bring drinks and I'm like, I gotta go. Like I
can't even be in the vicinity.
I think I've seen this film before.
And I did not like the ending. Hilarious.
So yeah, I don't go to Hampton Beach anymore. You know, at this point, I haven't been since then. I could probably go back to Hampton Beach.
Katrina, you could have gone back the next month. You're not on a watch list. I'm being sarcastic. Oh my God. She acts like she's like on a wanted poster.
Also, like, how privileged of a life have I had that I'm like, this is my trauma.
This is my deepest, darkest trauma. I'll never be the same. Oh my God. All right. Are we ready for our guest?
Sure. I hope you all enjoyed my story.
I did.
Hey ladies, are you looking to grow your own local girl gang?
The Young Professional Women's Association has been named Worcester Region's Best Young Professionals Network for 7 years now.
YPWA offers countless social and professional opportunities to engage and empower local ladies like you and me.
Right now, Girls Just Wanna listeners can get discounted access to YPWA's annual membership.
Go to ypwaworcester.com and enter code PODCAST2025 at checkout to receive $20 off their annual membership. Again, that promo code is PODCAST2025. We hope to see you soon at YPWA events.
Welcome to Girls Just Wanna, Sharon Sanchez.
Thank you for having me.
So glad we made this work, and we're accidentally twinning, so even better. Katrina, next time we'll let you in on it.
I know. I'm all
Maybe.
like florals and sunshine over
You were
here.
like in the floral.
And we are solid black.
Yeah.
Solid black to
It's
the
okay.
core, right to my soul. Okay, so Sharon, you are the owner of Lileo Botanicals. Did I say that right?
Yes, so we transitioned into just Lileo. We were able to just like acquire the name.
Okay.
So now we are just Lileo, but you'll find a little bit say Lileo Skin right on our page just to kind of guide people a little.
Okay. So tell us all about Lileo. What is it?
So I call it an elemental skincare brand just because we do utilize all the elements to be able to create this one product or these now collective of products that we're working on. But it's a lot of people utilize the words like natural, organic, and if you guys don't know a lot about skincare, you can have like one ingredient that's organic and then your whole entire product is organic. Not necessarily just like that, like it doesn't have to compile of all of our organic or all natural. But at the same time, there's also a lot of really great ingredients that are created in a lab. You can't extract certain things from plants unless you physically it has gone through a process. So I didn't want to like exclude those ingredients either when creating my products. So when I was coming up with the name of like what I wanted it to be, I was like, what about elemental? And I was like, I think that fits really, really well. And it doesn't, what people utilize or say like greenwash or just like, I'm not just using words just to make it fit.
Right.
I would rather create something a little bit more unique.
Yeah, something that's more like aligned with what you're actually doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Where does the name Lileo come from?
So it's I would say it's a combination of 3 different things. So I utilize Li, which is, it means the one with great strength. And then Leo. Leo comes again multiple meanings. I wanted to have like my parents, like kind of an homage to them, but mostly an homage going a little bit further back to my grandma. So my mom's mom, her name is Leopoldina.
Ooh,
and I was like, okay, like this fits very beautifully. Just because I kind of like the backstory is I grew up with a lot of women in my family. And it was very rare for them to like fully take care of their skin or take care of themselves. But one thing that they never ever forgot was like to moisturize. That was like a thing that my grandma, my mom, like my aunts, like if you're putting more like moisturizer on your face, you gotta bring it down your neck. You have to give yourself some massages, and that was one thing that they never forgot. And that was something I wanted to also like incorporate into the beauty aspect of it. So then I put it together and I put Lileo together, and it just like brings kind of like a little bit of my culture, but a little bit of my family and like the woman like who came before me.
Yeah, beautiful.
But at the same time, it sounds beautiful.
It does. It does. It does. It's a very nice name. When did you start the business?
So Lileo has been alive now for 3 years. Okay. Before that, there was Yaku, who was my baby brand, where I did where I kind of like, I was like, I got to be creative and create everything I wanted to create. When I'm telling you everything, I mean everything. From body butters, body scrubs, lip oils, lip balms, lipsticks. I was like, I don't know what I want to do. So I kind of utilized that, and that was live for also 3 years. It's still active, but I kind of took a step back from it. It's, I mean, for one person to be creating over like 12 or 13 products and then trying to like go and sell them and also have a life. It was really hard. It was really hard, let me tell you. So it's been in total of the lifespan of creating, it's been 6 years now.
Wow. Okay. And so what inspired you like to get started and to want to build products hands-on?
Yeah, so I'm a cosmetologist.
Okay.
That was my first passion, my first career.
Okay.
And then I would say simultaneously, I was always in business. My dad is a business owner, and my mom was a business owner back when I was little as well. So I was always very passionate about like owning something of my own, no matter how big, no matter how small. I always wanted to start something. And I mean, that's my family calls me. They're like, you're a starter. Like I love to jump in and like just start and do things and then create them and trying to see how I can like build them up. But I was like, I don't want to just do something like just for the sake of it. And I'm not going to lie, I did have a couple of little endeavors before with like jewelry and things like that. Yeah. But I was like, no, like I love beauty. There's something about, I mean, a little background, like I went to cosmetology school in high school and you have to write on the test, like, why do you want to be in cosmetology? And I was like, there is nothing more beautiful than the feeling of doing something so small for a person and making a big change. And that was like, my start was right there. I went through nails, I did hair, I do makeup still. And then I was like, I don't know, I need something a little bit more personal. Yeah. And throughout COVID, I was like, I have time. Like, can I do this? And with like the wonderful friends of YouTube, I was able to come up with formulas and then work with chemists. And then I was like, no, I can actually do this. And that's how Lileo was born.
Beautiful. Okay, so talking of the products, so what is the product line of Lileo right now? How has it grown? And like you said, you started learning like some formulas on YouTube and stuff. You know, how have you developed those over time? And are you like a chemist now, or are you cooking up in the lab? What's going on?
I mean, I started, and I would say I feel like if you ever like picture like what like a mad scientist lab like looks like, with just like jars filled with random things that we don't know where they came from, that's exactly what it was. I started, it was just like in the basement of my house. I created a little room, and it was very, very small, full, like just 3 corners. I can kind of 360 around this room, and I would just create things. And a lot of things were to see, like, this was prior to talking to any chemist, talking to any product formulator or anything like that. And I mean, things are still sealed because I'm not sure if I can open them, to be honest with you. I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen if I open this.
Yeah, spontaneous combustion in your basement.
Like, these are just my treasures now. They remind me of where I started. But I wouldn't say I call myself a chemist, but I would say I call myself a product formulator at this point. Again, I've created so many different products. They have gone right and they have gone wrong. And we've ran a lot of my formulas actually like through like systems. Right now, currently I work with a manufacturing company, and to actually solidify formulas, I work with a specific chemist that I have been working since the beginning, that has been teaching me like everything that I know, to really understand just like how ingredients work together. Some ingredients are really good together and some ingredients won't. And that's kind of when you start to see like, pillage, or you start to see your skin kind of get tacky or sticky. So all of that, sometimes it's really good, and sometimes it's not something that you want in your product. And those things I feel like are really important when creating products, to really understand these little things. But when it comes to like YouTube, it was more like, well, what are people making out there? Like, can I just put stuff together? And I mean, I definitely did. Like I said, I have jars filled with things that I don't even remember what I was trying to make. Probably moisturizer. It's one of the hardest products to make.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
So tell us about the products that you're offering currently.
So currently we just have our balance serum. Okay. That was actually a product that was created with Yaku all the way back 6 years ago. It's been 6 years of reformulating, redeveloping this product, and finding the right ingredients that I felt were kind of a little bit more universal, but not widely broadcasted. And that was really important for me to be like, okay, how can I get down to what I know, like to what I really understand, whether it comes to like teas and herbs, and how herbs can sit in an oil and actually change the composition of the oil. How does that work? And that's what I wanted to stay a little bit more true to. So I have right now my balance serum. We are coming out with a pH balancing cleanser. We're also working on a moisturizer as well, and a lip oil, and a toning mist that can kind of be utilized throughout the day. You can utilize it also on a cotton pad. So those are all the 4 products that we are continuously still working on.
I feel like I could use a toning mist.
I know a lot of people are like always ask me like, when it comes to toners, they were like, is it a pump? Is it a mist? Is it a continuous mist? That's the part where I just ask random people. I'm like, what would you like? What would you expect?
I think I want a mist.
So in my eyes, I was just like trying to find the right pump that can do a soft mist when sprayed directly into your face. But you can also pump it into like a cotton pad if you needed something, a little bit deeper, for it to actually cleanse. I feel like, I want to use it for my makeup or something like that. Then you'd be able to be more of a dual use. It's coming.
You talked about how your mom, your grandma, your aunts like had this ritual of always moisturizing. Like that was one thing that they definitely always did. I don't know what your skincare routine is, but I'm interested in learning about what your routine, what your rituals are for you personally, especially as someone who has founded like a skincare company.
Yeah, I mean, I like to keep my skincare ritual as simple as possible. I am a person who my brain goes into a million different ways at trying to apply 6, 7, 8 different products onto my face every night, and also trying to tell people to do it as well. I feel like I'm if I'm not going to do it, who am I to tell you to do it as well? It seems not okay to me. So I was I like to keep it as simple as possible. I wanted to create something that was very simple as well. So what I like to do is I like to do a really good cleanser, pH balancing cleanser. If I was wearing makeup throughout the day, then I'll do a toner right after that. I obviously love my balance serum. I can't live without it at this point. If I do need a little bit more extra moisture, then then I'll do something with hyaluronic acid, where it will be really, really absorbed into my skin. If I wanted to be honest with you, then I'll put on a moisturizer. Again, if I feel like I'm very dry, for me, my balance serum does what I need it to do. And then I'll just do a lip mask or something, a lip oil on my lips, and that would be my morning and my nighttime.
Wow, okay, yeah.
I genuinely like to keep it very boom, 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 boom. Yeah. But it just makes me feel good. It's those moments where I take for myself to look in the mirror for a second.
Definitely.
Sometimes I'm singing. Sometimes I'm talking to myself for the day, a little pep talk, you got this, girl.
Definitely make it into a self-care ritual as well. It's not just, okay, I have to do this for my skin, obviously, but a little pep talk for me too. Little me time.
It's important to have at least one of those throughout the day. Yeah. It's when we were little, our parents would give us those. Yeah. But now when we're adults, who's giving them to us? So it was important. To introduce that also when creating the line itself, it has all of that behind it as well.
What is okay, well, 2 questions. One, do you have a ride or die product that you're if you could only have one, you can't live without?
That has nothing to do with obviously my line.
It could.
To me, I mean, if I'm saying my line, like it's my balance serum. Like I've had it for 6 years.
Yeah.
And not only do I use it, my partner uses it. Milu uses it. Like,
and Milu's skin is glowing.
My friends,
know this
like,
girl.
They don't even ask me directly. They'll order through the website.
Right.
I'm like, I just saw your name on there. Like, you could have just asked me.
Yeah.
So, like,
well, they're trying to support
mom,
a small business.
my mom, my grandma, like, she'll call me and she's like, look what I'm using. So, to me, that's like my ride or die product.
Yeah.
But I love just skincare products in general, but currently right now, since we're in the summertime, the body mist, which I also use on my face, by oh my goodness, I am just blanking. Why did I just blank out on the name? But it's an SPF.
Oh, it's okay. It'll come to you.
It'll come to me.
Yeah.
It'll come to me. Give me a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Can I look it up?
Yeah.
Can I do that? Can I do that?
Well, yeah. Now I need the details. The build is killing me.
By Supergoop. I didn't even have to look it up.
Yeah.
It's like a can. I mean, all Supergoop I love. And to be
Really?
honest with you,
Okay.
one of the hardest products to make is SPF.
Yeah.
Especially if you're trying to create it for different skin tones and different skin types. It's one of the hardest products. Obviously, as a product formulator, I've looked into it and been like, I have to put in an SPF.
Yeah.
But I'm also a person that goes, why are we trying to reinvent the wheel?
Sure.
And to me, like, this like brand does a lot of the things that my brand stands for. And this one product, the way that it feels, the way that it lays, I can put it on top with makeup. I can also put it directly onto my skin.
That sounds amazing.
And it's not sticky. It's not oily, but it has like a nice like velvet feel to it. Like I travel with like a can everywhere I go. I just do a check bag just so that I can have that
Wow.
can with me.
That is a ride or die. You're like, I'll check a bag for this product.
I know. The other day I went to for my kid, we went to like a touch a truck thing, and it was like the first day of this heat wave that we just had, and like it was in the morning. I kind of like ran out the door. I'm like, we're gonna be there for an hour, and then like the sun is just like beating,
And you're
and
like,
I'm like,
uh-oh.
I did not put my SPF on my face, and that's like all I can think about now that I'm in my 30s. I'm like, oh no, like what am I gonna do? So yeah, having a little spray.
Yeah, it's just so much easier. Like I put it on my nieces. Anyone who's around me, I'm like, just. And
you're like, you need this.
You just need it. And it's totally fine. Like a quick, like on the shoulders. If you're just like sleepless too.
Yeah.
I love an all-in-one. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Same with like my serum. Like to me, I'm like, yeah, I can put it on my face. I'm like, my ends feel a little dry.
Yeah,
and I can pop it onto my hair. So it's almost like I just love all-in-one kind of like products that just like help overall and like it doesn't hurt, but it just does more good than anything.
It's like a multi-purpose product.
Yeah. Unless it's a shampoo, you don't want to do it multi-purpose.
An all-in-one. What's the one that the guys use? Like the 3-in-1?
3-in-1.
Shampoo, conditioner, body wash.
Yeah.
Yuck. Get out of here.
No, absolutely not.
Or they use the same bar of soap for their face as the rest of their body.
And when I first started with like creating product formulation, I'm not gonna lie to you, it was the biggest thing was because I do hair and makeup for weddings. I currently still do it, so I get really up close to people. Bridesmaids, brides, mother of the bride, mother of the groom, anyone that you can think of that's going to be in that wedding party. Like I am up close and personal, like doing their makeup. And one of the biggest things was moisture. Like that was the biggest thing that I was like, I'd be like, what do you like use for a moisturizer? And they're like, just some lotion. And I would pass out.
You're like,
and
deceased.
I can't do this. And I'd be like what? Like if there was one other product, and I'd be like, I don't know. Like I feel like if it's probably not a like not a lotion. People keep saying lotion.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what about a moisturizer? Like, have you tried a moisturizer? They're like, nah, it's just too much. It's just too much. And I was like, I feel like just like products like they're just so complicated that people just would rather deter from it than try to buy
And
it.
it's funny that you say that too, because we're chronically on TikTok.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but I see all these influencers with their 13-step skincare routine. And I'm like, no, can't do it. Can't do it. I'll do 2 steps, maybe 3.
Yeah, if you don't have a foundational 4, you can't have the additional ones. You cannot add the hyaluronic acids. You can't add all of the other like AHBAs. Like none of that. Don't even introduce it. There's no point if you don't have a good cleanser. All of that's gonna sit on your skin all day long, and then you're gonna try and go out in the sun and forget your SPF. If you have vitamin C, it's an exfoliator, but people don't know all these combinations. They're like, oh, vitamin C is so great. You put it on, but you don't put SPF on, and you go out in the sun.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Right. So education is so important
Education
too.
is so important.
Yeah.
Which I'm hopefully we're stepping into the world of like social media more and like especially TikTok, but bringing more education.
Yeah.
That is our biggest thing.
Through Lileo?
Through Lileo.
Yeah,
because I think it's like right now, even just having the conversation with you, it's like a lot of like eyebrow raises, like, oh, like that's what happens. Yeah. Like, oh, well, what if I combine? Oh, you know, I get a lot about that. Even if I'm just chit chatting with like my friends, and now I was like, now we end up in a skincare class. I was like, I just need to have one. What are you doing? Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's just go.
Hello, and I will be your teacher today.
Seriously.
I was prescribed a few things from a dermatologist for rosacea, and like they prescribed 3 medications, but like then I go home and I'm like, which one do I do first? And you know, like they have different consistencies, and one was like a gel and one was like a cream, and so then I was like, do I call the dermatologist and like ask her? You know, it was just like weird. And then I was just Googling. And I'm like, okay, I think I figured it out. But it was definitely like
it's intimidating.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there's so many different products, so many different skin issues too. Okay, so before we wrap up, give us like kind of a sales pitch sort of for the brand. So why would someone choose to purchase something from Lileo instead of just like walk into a CVS and grab something off the shelf? Like what sets your product line apart that is like your biggest selling factor?
Personally, it would be that we're there with you the entire step of the way. We can find us on social media. You can find us also on the website. We appear in person all the time, and we're never leaving it up to you to guess what product should go first or what product should go last. We are guiding you through the entire process from start to finish on how you should take care of your skin. It's not just grab a product off the shelf and go. It's a community. It is a community of women that actually come together to try and learn the question that you have always been thinking about.
Yeah. Love that. Because the education, like you said, is so important. Like we just don't know what we're doing. We're just guessworking it the whole time.
Oh. And sometimes it's the wrong product.
Yeah.
And then to try and take steps backwards, it's just not it.
Yeah. Okay, tell people where they can find you on social media, website, to get in contact or to order products.
Yeah, so we're on lileoskin.com and Lileo Skin on TikTok and Instagram.
Beautiful. Nice. And how do we like to end?
So we always love to end each episode by shouting out another woman-owned business or women supporting women-owned businesses. And if you have anyone in mind, we'd love to hear.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you guys know my girl, Nilu. We always got to shout out Nilu. But there is this wonderful, she's just started it. And I love people who have like their 9 to 5 and their 5 to 9. But the way that she's doing this is so beautifully. Her name is Flora Sarah on Instagram. I already worked with her before. She creates the most beautiful handmade bouquets. And I love how she's doing it in a very community aspect and understands just the beauty of what it feels like to receive a flower. Like, and I was like thinking when I was like, okay, like if that happens, like what would I say? And to me, like the way that she is promoting herself, the way that she promotes her business, and now she's entering the community and doing more community events, I just think is so beautiful. And I mean, I love to have her at all of my events. So I'd love for you guys to meet her as well. She's so awesome.
Awesome. Very nice. Thank you for sharing.
Of course.
Well, thank you for coming on, Sharon.
Thank you for having me. I know it's been a long time.
I know. Glad we made this work, right?
I know. Great Friday. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Want to show your love for all the local ladies in business? Girls Just Want a Podcast merch is now available on Etsy.
From stickers to mugs and hats to tumblers, you can rep your favorite gal gang wherever you go.
Your purchase helps us continue to rent studio space, upgrade our recording equipment, and pay for editing software.
Find Girls Just Want a merch on Katrina and Create's Etsy shop. Link is in the show notes.
All right, it is time for Heart It or Hate It.
Heart it or hate it. You know, right off the bat, I gotta go. Heart it or hate it. Swimming in the ocean.
Heart it.
Really?
Yeah.
You swim in the ocean?
I mean, I don't like
You're not like
venture
an Olympic
out.
athlete.
Yeah, but like, actually, that is a good question. I probably haven't gone swimming in the ocean in my like adult years.
I am so afraid.
Afraid of what?
When I was a
Sharks?
kid, I definitely went in, but yeah, I'm definitely afraid of like sharks.
I have my own shark that I track.
All these stories of like just people getting swept away by like the undertow or whatever the hell.
Yeah. Oh, it's scary out there.
And it's like you always think you're a good swimmer until like shit goes down, and then it's like, no, you're not as strong as you thought you were.
Right.
I just feel like I would be the one who gets swept away somehow. But
my shark is in Florida right now. So
classic.
My mom got my son one of those like, it's like a stuffed animal shark, but then it's like, oh, you can track. Yeah. Anyway, no, I've never really been scared. You know what I am more scared of in the ocean is like cutting my feet on like rocks.
Yeah.
Because that used to happen as a kid when we would play in the water. Was we would always go to Old Silver Beach in Falmouth, which is a nice beach, but it was kind of rocky.
Yeah.
And like we'd be out there and all of a sudden
The other thing too is the ocean is cold.
It's so cold.
It's so cold.
Especially in New Hampshire compared to like the bay of like Cape Cod.
Right,
It can be a little bit warmer.
Right.
But that's where the sharks hang out.
You see my dilemma. So I don't know. I think I'll stick to the pool and the lake.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely, if I'm at the beach, it gets hot and you get sweaty and you just have to like go in and like.
No, I don't do it. I put my feet in.
Yeah.
But it has not been, I have not like submerged my body in the ocean in a good.
That's actually probably really
15
fair.
years maybe.
Yeah. I will say, lakes feel nice. Like the temperature of a lake in the summer, that feels good.
I know.
But some lakes are gross.
Yeah.
Some beaches are gross too.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go hate it on swimming in the ocean.
No, I'll say heart it.
Okay.
I really heart it in Hawaii.
Yeah.
That was nice.
I bet. All
right. Okay, my next one is heart it or hate it. Gummy vitamins.
Heart it. I guess I have the pill, like the horse pill multivitamin for women. But I do have gummy probiotic vitamin things.
I'm gonna say hate it, which is surprising for me.
Yeah, I love a little gummy.
So when I was pregnant with Jamie, you have to do prenatals, which are the horse pills. And I was like, I can't do that. I can't swallow a pill. So let me do the gummies.
That's right.
I was like gagging.
Oh, they don't taste good?
I don't know if it's all gummy vitamins, but since then I never want a gummy vitamin.
I think gummy vitamins taste delicious. Like those could basically be candy. I'd eat them.
I think at first I thought it was fine, but then it's like, I remember after a month or two, I'm like chewing it and I'm like,
You're like, do what I did when I was a kid, block my nose when I had to take my medicine.
Yeah.
The grape flavor. Ugh,
so now when I have a choice of gummy versus, I'm like, no, just give me the pill. Like,
yeah.
All right, what's next?
So I'm going heart it on that.
Okay.
Heart it or hate it, spray sunscreen.
Heart it.
Hate it.
Well,
hate it.
I have a toddler.
I know, but I have used it I've tried using it before.
It's not as effective.
It's like the wind is blowing.
Oh, yeah.
The sand is blowing. I don't know what's going on. I always miss a massive spot.
It's just
also you have to so I used to just spray it and then be like, oh well, that didn't work, and people were like, yeah, you have to spray it and then rub it in, and I was like, great, so what's the point of spray sunscreen if I have to rub it in anyways? Which then I started doing that, and guess what? Still missed a spot. Still wasn't effective. So
it's just so easy for Jamie. I'm like, you need your sunscreen, like arms out, close your eyes. And he just like rotates like a little rotisserie chicken. And I'm like, we're done. Like it takes 2 seconds.
When I used to work at a daycare, the kids' parents all had to like bring in a sunscreen for them and we'd write their name on it. So each kid had their own sunscreen. And so the parents who brought the sprays, we were like, yes.
Yeah.
Because we had to sunscreen up the class every time we went outside, which was like twice a day.
Yeah.
And so, exactly what you said, arms out, like zzz, 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 perfect. But then the kids with the lotion sunscreen would have to glove up and then rub the whole, it's like, oh, but let me tell you, it does not get all the spots.
No,
it
doesn't.
Not great.
So I do also like a good face stick for both me and Jamie. Like we use the spray for our bodies, but then on our face we use a stick, which he likes, I like. But yeah, I'm going to say heart it.
Okay. What do you got? Last one for us.
Last one is heart it or hate it. Going live on social media.
Hate it.
I hate it too.
I very infrequently do I watch somebody else's live.
Same. I don't usually think they're entertaining.
Yeah.
the reason why I thought of this is because I don't know if you've noticed, I'm a little bit more active on TikTok these days. I'm like, maybe I'll try to like
Make
do
some
more-
money?
Yeah, like do more on TikTok.
I
like,
love that for you.
And I have made money on TikTok before, a whole 5 cents. And that was from live streaming. That was the only way like income came in.
5 cents. Wow.
5 cents.
Big
yeah.
baller.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. You know what's funny too is I have had those like videos that went like pretty well, like years and years ago. I think it was before like TikTok creator programs were around.
Yeah.
I'm like, imagine if that had been around back then. But oh well. I'm like, so maybe I'll try again. But yeah, I've been like posting more frequently, like maybe like once a day. I've been like trying to do. Not that it's doing anything, like 300 views, whatever. But I was like, maybe I should go live. But I don't want to go live. It's so boring.
Yeah, I would have to say 95% of live content like is not entertaining.
No, and it's just people farming for cash. Like,
yeah, it's also like, remember that conference we went to where that lady spoke about the TikTok and she was like, oh, you just have to go live.
Want to go viral?
Just
go live.
Oh, you want to build a TikTok presence and you want to go viral? Just go live. And
Also,
I was like, with doing what? Like,
it was so inaccurate. She's like, make a TikTok account right now and go live. I'm like, they can't. You need to have 1,000 followers.
That was, yeah, that's a different story for a different day. That was a terrible presentation that we went to. But yeah, like that's like, for some people, that's the mentality. Just like, oh, just like go live.
Right.
Because it'll just like boost you. And it's like, do you know anything?
Right.
Like, that is not how it works.
Yeah.
I know. Also, that's boring. So
yeah, I've tried it a couple times, but it's like, what the fuck am I going to do on my live stream? Like, I've tried setting it up while I'm working and it's like, co-work with me. Boring. Nobody gives a fuck. Like, I've tried streaming my TV as I play video games, but I'm not like a video game content creator. So like,
I have gone to, there's a local small business that, Monk Creative or Monk, Monk, is it Monk Creative? Monk, whatever, I call them Monk, Tim and Justin. And they launched like a newsletter and then they did like a giveaway for people who were subscribed to the newsletter and they were announcing it on live. And I like wasn't busy at the moment. I was just kind of like working. So I was like, oh, I'll like watch the live. And not that it was like super entertaining or anything, but it was like exciting that they were going to pull names and like it could potentially be me. And not that I really like cared to win, but it was just like, oh, like they might pull Katrina's name or they might, right? Like, so I was interested to see. Yeah. And also like, I'm just kind of supporting them. Yeah. Their small business.
See, that's good when it's done strategically.
Right. But I'm like, if they just like went live just cause, I feel like respectfully, that's boring. Right. I'm not going to watch it.
Right. Yeah. I'm going to say hate it.
Yeah, hate it.
But if you see me going live on TikTok, just
Don't
like
judge.
mind your business.
Amazing. All right, that's it for this week, and we'll see you next week.
Later, ladies.
Bye.